there, this is Robin reporting live from the Zebra mission, and as you can see, I've started digging out a full chunk. HQ has yet to give the order. As a matter of fact, I haven't heard from them in quite a while. They're probably bothering some other poor explorer, which gives me time to get ahead of their silly demands. So far, I've collected these materials. It's less than you would expect from a dig this size, but I have been using up the stone to teach the local villagers a trade. Some of them definitely show promise as master stonemasons, but boy oh boy, is their education expensive. Now, I'm not going to show you my first class underground training facility just yet, because there's a big broken vault door that requires our attention. You likely noticed the chunk I'm digging out is not the one I prospected a while ago when I used my core extraction drill to get to the center of the planet. That's because when I complained to the villagers about the huge number of cave spiders and the mine shafts getting in the way, they suggested I dig out the new chunk. And I'm glad I did, because I've yet to encounter a single spider, mine shaft or cave. Let's hope it stays that way. While we're at base, it's maybe a good time to report back on that loud bang we heard last time. What are they doing up there? Yeah, that one. Yoko and Mortimer seem to think the twins had something to do with it, which Blake 2 and Suno vehemently deny. But there's no damage, at least as far as we can see, so they all told me not to worry. Now, I could swear I can still smell burning plastic, but apparently I'm the only one, so I guess that's just me smelling funny smells. Across the water? Do you know what? Let's go there. I'll even catch a boat. This is some of the stuff I'm gonna need for my on-water research base. And then up here, I've started with the construction of the transporter. I admit it doesn't quite look like a giant drone yet, but given some more time, I hope it will get there. Around the back, I've started connecting these two holes through waterfalls and paths. Still very much work in progress, but I like where it is going. Now you're fully up to date, let's tackle that door. So this is the vault door I was talking about. The one we found during my previous mission report and couldn't open. But I found a way in. And apologies to any of you who figured it out straight away, but of course the key to getting in was always going to be up and in through this pipe. Okay, let's be very careful here, because we don't know what's on the other side. Darkness, it seems. As I crawled through the pipe, one of the first things I spotted was a banner that looked suspiciously similar to the HQ logo. Same colors, but somewhat different shapes. What a strange coincidence. Anyway, this looks quite safe, except it's a little bit high up. Oof! Okay, that's not how I intended to come down, but the end result is the same, and I didn't quite break my ankles. F3. The name of this place, I guess. Anyway, what's in these chests? Bamboo and seeds. Slime balls, that's nice. Running short on dice, will send more ASAP. No, it's not a lot. Amethyst delivery, August 2023. Okay. Some random stuff. Enjoy the new paintings. Personal delivery for Dr. Mufon. Hang on a second. Dr. Mufon was here. I mean, has to be. Wow, okay. When I tried to leave the room, neither the door nor the big gate would budge. So I climbed back into the pipe. The next room, the depot as it was labelled, turned out to be some sort of warehouse. but as it was dimly lit and I didn't want to break my ankles yet again, I crawled on. Soon enough, a third room came into view. Don't know. I'll continue this way. Oh, that looks... Ooh! Oh, I hear skeletons. Where am I? I'm in some sort of tank. I can get out, I can get out. I hear a lot of skeletons, but what is this? Critical, okay. So this is some sort of pipe. Really have no idea where I am. Let's follow this pipe. And let's take out the shield because the amount of skeletons I hear, although now it seems to be better. Okay, so the pipe continues that way. And I can go this way. I hear skeletons again. Wow. Oh, so that's where the skeletons are. What is this place? Oof. There's a spawner. And there's another one, but at least this one is off. I mean, or on. Well, no, off. The lights are on. Wow. For drowned and zombie. This is, wow, this is very interesting. Okay, so somehow these skeletons, which I assume come from there, and then they end up here. You know what? There. Haha. Let's continue. No flash photography, no tapping on windows. I wasn't gonna do that. Nothing. Still nothing. Okay. That's not working. What did that do? Ooh, interesting. Snow. Oh no, they're all shivering. I'm not sure if this is supposed to be like this. Okay, I think I better move on. I mean, and then we can look at the details. Oh, what happened there? Oh, they're not skeletons anymore. Hang on a second. After murdering a couple more skeletons, I continued my explorations, daringly jumping down an entire floor. There I discovered a small sitting corner with bookshelves full of interesting and not so interesting books, and barrels full of gear and other stuff. The larger part of this floor was taken up by a collection system. Along the walls I encountered 2 desks, each facing one of the spawners. I guess these were used for monitoring purposes or something to that effect. Next up was a decompression chamber. I think it was meant to be an area of relaxation. The signs on the walls and the titles of the books in the cupboards certainly suggested that much, but I'll let you be the judge. Please don't tell me you found that relaxing. A small corridor to the right led to what I later learned were the staff quarters. One room belonged to a certain F. Lower, who seemed mostly interested in plants. As for the second room, that's where I learned Dr. Muffon's first name is Dimitri. Muffon Dimitri. Yep, so he's the one who got elected Employee of the Month 4 times in a row. And he's also the one that should have welcomed me on this planet, but that's another story. I looked at some of his stuff, particularly his books, but there were too many, so I'll have to get back to that some other time. Continuing along the corridor, I ended up at a tea section with a flight of stairs to the left and double doors to the right. The same double doors I'd been unable to open when we got here initially. I did not want to risk having to crawl through any pipes again, so I went upstairs. Oh, cable. It actually is. Wow, this is quite huge. I mean, I'm not sure that you understand the significance of, I'm not sure that you understand the significance of this, but cable is a technology that is used quite a lot by HQ. It's a way to communicate on a planet's surface. So you cannot communicate beyond the atmosphere, but it's very good for short distance. And it's called cable because obviously you have to run a cable from the one place to the other. Facility F3, so logbook 261, I guess. From Spark. Welcome back. Glad to see you're up and running again after that last unfortunate event. New supplies are on their way. I will look at the books further in detail a bit later, but I cannot stress enough the importance of this discovery because that means that there are other bases out there. The door next to the cable room gave access to the director's office. It had its own waiting area, a big desk, a beautiful big fireplace that was still partially on, and going up the stairs, very luxurious living quarters. Whoever this director was, he or she seemed to have a fondness for good food. I also found a lovely set of tools and a large collection of music discs on the wall, one of which somehow made its way into the jukebox. Bit of a lullaby. Okay, we can't continue dancing. We need to be doing stuff, but that's a nice disc. I'll put it back there. Shall I check the other ones? No, I won't check the other ones. I'll do that some other time. Well, I'm not sure. Have I seen everything? I've not really gone into the depot, but I'll do that off camera, I think. Oh yes, I can still go up here. The control room was the last big area I got to explore. The sign at the entrance also mentions a panic room, but so far I haven't found it. If in future I come across such a room, or any other interesting find for that matter, I'll certainly let you know. Concerned about possible escapees, I slowly made my way to the back of the room. Days since last incident, 0. There I climbed a set of stairs leading to a raised platform which housed a workstation overlooking the hall, as well as a big tank. Inside the tank, a liquid was being boiled and then pumped through pipes, each one leading to some sort of glass corridor. Oh, you know what? This corresponds with the three the harvesting chambers we saw below. One for skeletons, one for zombies, and one for drowned. And it seems once up here, the baddies get pushed through these glass walkways, and then they fall down, with a screen monitoring each walkway. I hope at some point in the probably not so near future, I can bring those screens back to life. It would be really interesting to know what information was being displayed on there. Well, there's a lot less damage at this level, just a minor leak up here in the wall. The rest of the room seems to be in a fairly okay, if slightly overgrown condition. And even better, no zombies or skeletons lurking in the shadows. Further investigation revealed a kelp farm that looked terribly boring on the inside. A lava farm in a small room to the side where the harvested kelp was being dried. And a statistics board on the wall above the entrance to the lava farm. And that's when I saw it. Hang on a second. Oh my goodness. Our founder. This is huge. I mean, I've said for everything now that it's huge, but this is really huge. Because this clearly indicates that this facility was built by HQ, because that painting you see in all of their buildings. It's supposed to depict the founder of the organization. I'm not sure if that means her or the skeleton. I guess it could be both. Anyway, this is quite a discovery. And now I'm thinking, seeing as Dr. Mufon was here and I was supposed to get a base upon arrival, I am allowed to use this, right? But I do need to fix up the place, because this is just plain dangerous. Yeah, I think that's what I'm gonna do now. I'm gonna make this place easier to traverse and use, and then I'll get back to you. Gosh, this is so cool. A whole facility all to myself. I'm back in the first room we got to explore today, and the renovations are complete. I managed to lift the gate despite the redstone being completely broken, but it did mean I had to install these supports. Also kept the scaffolding over here so that I can climb through the pipe, because unfortunately the vault door, well, I just can't get it to open. The depot itself saw very few fixes, except for the many lanterns I added. Those were the only items for which I had to go back to base. All the other materials I found right here. Very convenient. Now there's quite a lot of damage to the back wall, and I think I know what caused it. It can't be the whole story though. I don't see how a TNT explosion over there could damage the floor in the main area. By the way, through here is a secret passage, so you can immediately admire my fixes. Turning back now, because through here is quicker, I think. So yeah, something else might have happened here beyond the TNT. Perhaps there was an outbreak. I mean, not sure if you noticed, but there's shields everywhere. On the walls, on desks, inside chests. Now this chest doesn't contain any shields, but it does have a couple of very juicy recipes. And then look at these. Villager Trading, a comprehensive guide. The Golden Apple of Villager Trading. How to break the Villager Trade Union. And then also something that I don't understand, the Negotiator. I didn't explain it earlier on, but the reason it's so expensive is because they're all part of the same trade union. And judging by these titles, I see options. So I'll be reading these in between mission reports. And then the last thing I want to show you is how this facility works. You already saw me use a skeleton part earlier on, but now the switch is working again. See, the light is off and skeletons are spawning. And now it's on again and no more skeletons spawn. If you want strays, you release the powdered snow over here. And if you want only strays, then you also pull this lever. It creates a holding chamber higher up in the tube so that new skeletons won't join a group that's already converting. The zombie side is a little more complicated for reasons that I don't fully understand. There's the same light switch, but then you also have a lever and a button which together control the water flow inside the spawn area. If the water flows as it does now, going that way, the zombies go up to the left, pass through the control room we saw earlier on, and then come down here. Now if I make the water flow the other way, the lever adds extra blocks to help with the water flow and removes others. It's hard to see it from here. You can sort of see a block sticking out there. But now that the water goes the other way, the zombies go up to the right and eventually arrive here, where they still need to be converted into drowned. The conversion system is almost identical to the one used for the skeletons, but the dispenser in this case is loaded with a bucket of water instead of powdered snow. And there's also a holding chamber. I'll admit I don't see the point of the redirected water flow and the separate tubes for the zombies and drowned to be, nor do I understand why these minecarts are here. But I think we should assume this facility was constructed by a redstone genius, while certainly I'm not one of those, so I'm just leaving it as is. I'm now gonna make use of these farms, so I bid you farewell. This is Robin on the Zebra mission. Over and out. Did you have to survive? Over and out. Over and out. Over and out. Yeah, finally.